Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's video, I have some Dollar Tree DIY coastal decor pieces. I asked over on Instagram what you guys wanted to see, and coastal was one of the options. I also have some farmhouse and boho coming. And this video is sponsored by Shoptagr. I mentioned Shoptagr in so many videos. So let me show you how Shoptagr works and then we'll get right into the video. On Google Chrome, you're going to want to go on shoptagr.com, and then you're just going to want to sign up, and it's going to give you this little widget that's up top. Now there's a ton of stores on Shoptagr itself, but if you happen to be shopping on your own website, let's say Kiehl's, and you pick an item, then that little widget is going to pop up and it's going to let you save the item. I usually have it notify me of any price change and I add it to list. Now you can create list directly from here, so you can just type it up top and it creates a new list for you. And as soon as there's any price change, it will notify you via text or email, whatever you choose. If you don't want to use the little widget, you can create a new list on the actual Shoptagr website. Just create your list and press save. These lists are shareable. These are some of the items I've saved. I love using Shoptagr around holidays and birthdays because I just add something to my list and always buy it at the best price possible. So once you're ready to check out, another cool feature is that it actually looks for all coupons available. So just click on Feelin' Lucky and it'll look for any coupon code possible, so you're always getting the best deal. So be sure to check out Shoptagr. The link will be in my description. They're also hosting a giveaway, so the rules to enter will be in my description as well. Thanks to Shoptagr again for sponsoring today's video. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Once you hit subscribe, we instantly become best friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
And hit that notification bell, set them to all. But if for any reason YouTube doesn't notify you that I posted a video, follow me on Instagram. I always post what I'm up to. And let's go ahead and get started. For the first craft, I'm going to be using these little palettes, which I found at Dollar Tree. I'm really happy that these stickers come right off. Now I'm going to be using 6 of these and I'm going to line them up. But to be completely honest, I would much rather use these stir sticks. These are 98 cents. They bring 3. So for $2, you can get the same effect. But if you don't have a saw or a miter box to cut it down, then these will work. You'll just be spending $4 more. So I flipped them over and I'm gonna line them up and then I'm gonna attach them using some wood glue. This is the wood glue from Dollar Tree. And I'm gonna start with just the edges and the part that has those really deep planks. So to keep this straight, I'm using my square tool. I did get this at Dollar Tree, but you can find one wherever. And now with some popsicle sticks, I am just going to add some extra security by attaching them right to these 2 areas just to make sure that the top and bottom don't fall. I'm also going to add some going horizontally as well. Popsicle sticks are really easy to cut, but I definitely suggest using really good scissors because the small ones make it a little difficult. So I'm going to flip it over and there's a ton of paper from the glue that seeped through. I'm going to sand that down. If you want to use an orbital sander, go ahead. I'm just using my little sanding sponge from Dollar Tree just to get all that paper off and any excess glue. So here I'm just giving it the old tappa tappa, and if you know what YouTuber says that, I like you so much more. I'm going to use these little push pins from Dollar Tree. Now, these are black, so I'm going to spray paint them, and I'm just going to take a piece of cardboard, push them in, and then spray paint them. I used this metallic gold, and once they dried, I made my mark where I wanted, and I'm going to drill it first because push pins are a little delicate. Now that my push pins are dry, I'm just going to make sure that they fit nicely, and obviously they're just going to fall through because I did use a drill bit that was a little bit bigger than the push pin itself. So I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree super glue and just secure them in place and let them dry. Now, this sign is from Dollar Tree. I've used it in a few crafts, and I'm just adding that same hot glue, or sorry, super glue to the parts that actually touch the sign. Helm is also from Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack which has an anchor and I believe a seashell. I'm just gluing that on, adding some weight, and now it's ready to use and ready to display your keys. And remember, if you want to save some money, use the stir sticks instead of the palette. For my next one, if you saw my Christmas tree topper, this is exactly the same steps. I'm going to be using the Dollar Tree screwdriver set, and honestly, I should have bought an extra set so that I can fill this up a little bit more, maybe use 8 instead of 6, but I'm just going to start piercing one across from the other until it looks like a little helm, a little boat steering wheel if you must. And I'm piercing first before painting because I really don't want to disturb the paint later on, but you can do it in whatever step you want. This is also a mirror from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to remove them and spray paint them. You can of course use acrylic paint, but if you saw my tree topper, painting it with acrylic paint took a ton of coats. So this is the paint that I used, this is the color, and now I'm going to paint the actual floral foam in a white. You want to make sure that you do not spray paint any type of foam because spray paint will melt it. And you can choose whatever color you want. I reassembled my mirror and then I decided to put the screwdrivers back in. They're going to be a little loose this time around, but nothing a little hot glue can't fix. For the mirror, I'm just going to hot glue it in place. Like I said, you really don't want to use something like E6000. You don't want to melt the foam. So I'm just hot gluing it in place and I'm checking my anchors. I took some blue and I just added some blue to that. And to make sure that the mirror doesn't fall, I'm going to take some rope, I was about to say twine, and I'm going to wrap it around. I lost a lot of footage here, but I'm pretty sure you don't need a tutorial on how to wrap rope around stuff. You've seen it on so many channels, including mine. So I wrapped it around the mirror and then I wrapped it around the back as well. You can cover the back up with poster board. I do recommend you add a little piece of rope to the back so you can hang this. Whatever you want. And now I'm going to take some smaller rope and I'm just going to wrap it around the little handle. Now, like I said, these are totally customizable. So if you want to skip the step or you want to wrap the whole thing in rope, that is totally up to you. I honestly feel like I should have gone with a different color scheme, but you know, you live and you learn. So I'm just going to wrap this around and do it to all of my pieces. So this is what I'm left with, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really would have liked this better if I would have used 2 more screwdrivers. The tree topper looked a little fuller because of the bottom piece, but I still really love it. For this craft and my second favorite, I'm going to get this pineapple from Dollar Tree. I love the summer decor at Dollar Tree, so now I'm just going to remove that tinsel. If you want to save it, cool. If not, that's cool too. And I'm just going to take it apart. This is really easy to take apart. And I'm going to try and remove all of those little spiky pieces. You can't get to all of them, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take apart the top because I don't want this little piece. This is a color that I spray painted everything, but to be completely honest with you, I think I should have spray painted the top gold. And now I'm going to use the hula skirt from Dollar Tree. I've used this in so many tutorials, but you can also use raffia if you can no longer find the skirt. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to hold it down in place because if you don't have a flat surface to work on, you're going to end up with some really funky braids. So just make sure that you have a nice flat surface and that you are holding each piece with your thumb so that it doesn't end up looking all funny. When you get to the end, make sure that you add some hot glue and you keep braiding just a little bit so it doesn't unravel, and then just keep creating braids until you can't create any more. Now I'm going to reassemble my little pineapple, and you want to make sure that you do the top first. You don't have to do the whole thing, but just the bottom piece, and then put it together. Now with this, before you cut, you're going to add hot glue so it doesn't unravel. So once you measure out what you have, add hot glue to the bottom piece of the rope, let it dry, and then cut down so that you don't have messy looking braids, and then start adding them piece by piece. At first, I was just going to do the
pieces that were exposed. So I was just going to try and cover up those wires. And then as I kept building, I wanted to actually make it look a little fuller because you can still see some of the spiky pieces. So this is kind of what I have for now, but not gonna lie, I did keep adding braids to this. And then I assembled the rest of the top of the pineapple. Make sure that each piece is kind of overlapping the next. When you add your final piece, make sure that it's nice and straight. And then I just used these candles from Dollar Tree. These are the smaller ones, and I added them to the top. And look how cute this is! Now this one is my absolute favorite. I'm using these frames from Dollar Tree. They're of course in the seasonal aisle. And when you're removing the little black pieces, make sure that you're pulling up, not sideways. You don't want to split your wood. And you're going to do that to both your pieces. Now this is the smaller vase that Dollar Tree has. You can of course use the larger one. And it would fit perfectly like this, but that would mean you would see that circle thing. So I'm going to use it like this. And I'm using the super glue from Dollar Tree. I'm adding a bit to the rim, and then I'm trying to get it as straight as possible, because if you don't line this up, then the top is going to be funky. You also want to line up the top so that area where it's flat, make sure that it's facing the same direction as the bottom one. Now for the side pieces, I'm going to be using these wood craft dowels, which I found at Dollar Tree, but if you can't find them, then bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree work as well. They even have these for 84 cents at Walmart, so you don't have to go all Dollar Tree. It's whatever you can find. I'm going to go ahead and make my mark, and then I'm going to cut them down. I do have a mini saw. I'll link it in the description, but I love this thing for cutting popsicles and little wooden dowels. So I'm going to cut 8 of these since we have 8 little pieces on the helm, and you can use the rest for another project. To attach these, I'm going to use the original super glue, wood glue. You can find this at Dollar Tree, and I'm adding a small amount to the top and bottom of each dowel and just kind of lightly wedging it in, making sure that it is nice and straight. Once you have all of those pieces in place, add some weight to the top, and you're going to let this dry. Make sure that there are no gaps between the little helm and the dowels, and once they're dry, you can go ahead and remove the weight and you're ready to paint. Now usually with wood products, I either leave them natural color or I stain them. I haven't been using stain lately. I've been using watered down brown paint. You can use whatever brown paint you have, and I just brush it on until everything is covered. Now I'm just showing you how sturdy it is. All of the dowels are in place, but if by any chance one of the dowels is loose, just add a little bit more glue and let it dry. Now I'm going to add some rope to the top. Now Dollar Tree has white nautical rope and the traditional one. Now I was going to go with the white, but the white is very, very floppy, so I decided to just go with the regular rope. Here you can see this one holds an arch. If I would have used the white one, it kind of would have just flopped. So this is what it looks like, and I think this looks really, really cool, and it's super duper affordable and unique. So that's it for me. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments section which one is your favorite, if you'll be recreating any of these, and a big thank you to Shoptagr for sponsoring today's video. The link to Shoptagr will be in my description, as well as the information for the giveaway that Shoptagr is hosting. And as usual, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will hopefully see you on the next one.